Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a review slash first impression on the Sephora foundation. But before we get started, I do want to say a few things, well, two things. The first thing is I do apologize for the way that I look or my hair looks. I was just too lazy and I am sick right now, which is part of the second thing that I want to tell you is that my right tonsil is swollen and I will have a hard time swallowing and choking in my words, and my voice will crack just a little. So I just do want to apologize or give a heads up, just in case you guys were wondering what is wrong with me. So yeah, let's get started. Oh, and also I do apologize for the background noise. And yeah, so the foundation that we're going to be reviewing and the first impression is the Sephora foundation, the 10-Hour Wear Perfection Foundation. And it is oil free, and it does have 0.84 fluid ounces. I walked in on Sephora a few days ago and some lady, I don't know her name, but I do remember the other girl's name, which is Daisy, and she was very helpful. But the other lady, which I don't know her name, she did the color IQ on me, like to determine my shade of of foundation, and it did come out to clear light. I was going to, let me show you before I continue. I was walking in there convincing myself that either I do want the NARS or the Estee Lauder, but none of those were coming out in that color IQ, and this one did come out. And yeah, and she also told me that not a lot of people know this, but I don't know if it's true, but I mean, I guess she doesn't have a reason to lie to me, but she told me that Dior did buy the brand, or got together with Sephora and created this foundation. So it is like kind of like a replacement for the Dior, but like a cheaper price. This was $20 or like 22 with tax. So yeah, and she did say it was full coverage, like medium to full coverage, but you can build it up and it won't look cakey. And I did try this well, a little bit part of my face at Sephora, and so far it didn't feel so heavy on my skin, like just part of my face. It didn't feel heavy at all. So I am really excited to try this. And I did buy other things, but that will be in a separate video. It will actually be a Sephora haul. So if you guys want to stay tuned to watch that, then go ahead and subscribe so you guys can see my future other videos that I will be putting up. I don't think I made sense, but you know what I mean. So I did do half of my makeup. I did my eyebrows and my eyes, and I did use a 350 Morphe palette to do my eyeshadow, and I love that palette. But the only downfall is that too much how you say it, too much of the shadow falls. I can't remember the word, but you know what I mean. So I will be putting a primer on half of my face, and in the other half I won't be putting primer, but on the side that I am going to be putting primer, I'm going to be using my beauty blender, and on the other side I will be using my 3D kabuki brush from Sigma. So let's get started. And the primer that I will be using, I got a sample. The Makeup Forever base mattifying primer. I didn't buy the full product because they were out of it, so that sucks. Which I really wanted the full size, but it's okay. Alright, so and I did moisturize before. I hope you guys can really see because I am recording on my phone till I save up to buy a camera. So sorry if the quality or the sound of the video isn't good, or the way that doesn't, because my eyeshadow doesn't really show up the way that actually looks in person. But anyways, let's move on because I talk a lot. So I am gonna squirt one pump, and I'm just gonna go ahead and dot this all over my face. I'm gonna go ahead and get closer. All right. So my beauty blender is a little bit damp. I'm gonna go ahead and start blending this out. So far the color is pretty good. It's probably picking up a little bit too light on camera, but in person the color is perfect. And pretty much I have really bad redness and really bad acne, so that's probably why it looks a little bit off color. So that's one layer with the beauty blender. Which it did cover up pretty well. Like I said, this is a build-up foundation, so you can add another layer or two and it won't look like you have a lot of makeup on, or what I like to call cake face. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side with my kabuki brush. I always find that the beauty blender takes more of the product in the beauty blender than with the brush. With the brush, it really doesn't take much of the product away from your face, but we'll see which one works better. The smell of the foundation is, well, it doesn't really smell like anything, but it's not like, obviously it smells like foundation, but it's not strong, like a scent that you won't like. Oh well, to me it doesn't bother me. I look super white, but I promise it does not look the way it looks in person, I mean. So there you go. Just really trying to move my, there you go, you can actually tell better now. So if you want like a very natural look, I would suggest to use the Beauty Blender. But if you want like more of a full coverage, use a brush. I'm gonna go ahead and apply another layer on both sides to see what happens. So this is the second layer that I will be applying. Make sure to blend down your neck. Very good. Even though you think that your color looks perfect, it matches your color perfectly, you still have to blend down your neck. Just in case it does detox. Did I say that right? Hope so. Well, it does it, like, just in case if it changes color on you, you won't have to worry about it. Alright. So this is with the second layer, which is pretty impressive. I actually like the way it looks with the Beauty Blender. Wow. Alright, then I'm gonna add another layer, a second layer with, let me just add a little bit more, with the brush. And don't worry, I'll grab my camera and show you up close so you guys can actually really see it. And actually this is like full coverage, and I have really bad acne scars and also a lot of blemishes as acne and a lot of redness. So for this foundation to give good coverage and cover up all my redness is the bomb. Just gonna go ahead and blend that down. All right, so I actually like the like where I apply primer better, because this side looks cakey, like it looks really like rough, you know what I mean, not smooth. So let me show you guys what I mean. Alright, so this is how it looks. So this is the side with the primer, and this is the side with no primer. So I actually like it with a primer. So yeah, so far I am really liking this foundation. It looks very natural. with the primer, it looks very natural and not cakey, but the side also looks full coverage but cakey. You know what I mean? So I am loving this foundation, and it is for a very good price, $20, well, $22 with tax. But let's see what it's, if it's gonna make my face oily. So I am gonna do the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. Alright, so I finished the rest of my makeup and this is the way that the foundation turned out. I actually am really in love with it. Yeah, like I was saying, sorry about that, my mom came in. I am really in love with this foundation. Like, honestly, I couldn't tell the difference between, now I can't tell the difference between if I, like, what part of my face I use a beauty blender or a brush. And I didn't apply concealer under my eyes. That's how good it is. I mean, I don't really have bad under circles. It's just the line right here that I do have. But overall, it covered up pretty good. I am really in love with this foundation. Alright, so thank you for watching my video. Stay tuned for my Sephora haul because I will be putting that up today as well. So go ahead and share, subscribe, and comment if you please. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.